YouTube. Hell yeah, I got going on. Today we're going to be reacting to this video of Charleston White and Cam Newton on Cam Newton's Funky Friday podcast. This is called Charleston White, I'm willing to die, kill, and go to jail for free speech. In this clip, Charleston White is going to be discussing joining a gang in prison, and we're going to see that experience and relate it to purpose and how we must, I repeat again, know where we lack so it is not filled by bullshit. Let's get into it.
What got you onto this activism in the community?
Because I had people who poured into me when I was a fool. So before I got out the juvenile system, I wasn't exposed to gangs.
Yes, sir.
I grew up in an upper middle class neighborhood with white kids from the 3rd grade. I don't know nothing about the hood shit. Nigga, I used to go to my Aunt B them house and see them nigga with the blue flags. And then I saw that shit on colors, on TV. I didn't know what that shit was until I went into the juvenile system. So when I got into the juvenile system, you see rolling 60 Crips, you see rolling 30 Crips, you got Altadena Block Crips, you got original Swamp Compton Crips, you got Fire Deuce Hoover Crips, you got GDs, you got Black Gangster Disciples, you got Spanish Gang, so you got all these different gangs. And it ain't no football team. And I'm gonna be here for the next 4 to 7 years. Get in where you fit in.
All right, as you can see, growing up, Charleston White had no previous knowledge of gang life. He saw it on TV. He saw it when he went around his grandma's crib. But other than that, he had no prior experience. But what we do know from the beginning of this interview and the beginning of this podcast is that throughout Charleston White's childhood, his mother raised him by himself. His mother raised him and his brother, and she was oftentimes at work. And she was absent because she had to provide for them. She had to provide and put food on the table. She was a blue-collar worker who worked in this factory, and she wasn't home. All right. And we see throughout Charleston White's childhood that he had these very traumatic experiences where he had fallen into a washing machine and broke the lower half of his body, all his bones. He was in a full-body cast, and he had all these other experiences. He had lost his eye where he was under anesthesia, and he's had all these traumatic experiences, and all throughout his childhood he was desiring that connection that he was not able to get from his mother because she wasn't home, you know. So what did Charleston White do when he had the opportunity and he went around his grandmother's house, he went around these other places, he started hanging out with these different type of people where he wasn't typically from, people he wasn't typically around or didn't go to school. You saw he said he grew up in a white neighborhood around white kids and a upper middle class family, and everything he wanted was provided for him. But he was missing something, right? And he felt like he was missing that thrill. As you can see, there was no sports in there. There was nothing in there. The sport was gangs. So let's see what he has to say about joining the gang and what that fulfilled for him and what he was missing.
Correct.
Because this the boy sport in here. So nigga, I joined the gang. And when I got introduced to it, coming from and I want to say this to all the mamas, coming from a single parent home with just mama in the house, never been spanked by a man, never been disciplined by a man, never had a hug from a man, never been kicked in the ass by the man. When I got introduced to the gang, it was everything I was looking for. Nigga, I got an uncle in the gang, I got a big homie, I got a nigga playing OG just like the daddy.
So now we begin to see, and he even says it himself, growing up in a single family home, raised by a single mother, this goes out to all the mamas out there, right? Never been hugged. You heard what he said? And so all those things that he felt he lacked and he felt he needed from a man, those ass whoopings, that love, that connection, he wasn't able to get throughout his childhood. And so then he comes to this experience where he is forced to join this gang because that is all he has, right? To keep him busy. He has to sit here He can't go nowhere, so what else is he going to do, right? There's no sports. But how did he end up there, right? And how did he get into that situation? Well, we go back to the beginning of the interview and we see that Charleston White started hanging around these kids who was giving him this thrill and giving him this connection, and they would go out and do illegal things, right? They would commit crimes. They would go out, they would shoplift, they would break into people's houses, they would steal guns, steal this, steal that. And that gave him that thrill and connection, because when they committed those crimes and they were together, they had camaraderie, right? They had connection. They were laughing together. They were enjoying their time. They were seeking thrills, right? They were taking risks together, and that gave them that love. But inevitably, that ended up in a situation where they went to a mall and they had stole some jackets, and when they went out in the parking lot, someone tried to stop them, right? And Charleston White had put a gun in his friend's hand and told him to kill the person who was trying to stop them so they can get away, and they all ended up going to jail for murder. So this is how he got there. And now when you see he got there because he was in that wrong environment searching for love, now when he joins this gang and he gets everything he needs, those gaps are filled with the wrong things. They're filled with bullshit, not real love, but a sense of belonging that comes with a whole different thing, right? It comes with all these different responsibilities. You don't just join a gang for the love. You join a gang for the things that the gang provides for you, and then with that comes a whole nother level of responsibility that you have to take on and you have to carry out, right? So why it is so important and why it is crucial right now that we get to the root of our issues and we understand where we are lacking from, it is because if you happen to get into a situation where you are blindly acting from lack, searching for love or searching for survival or searching for connection, and you get into that situation and you connect with the wrong person or you connect with the wrong thing, whether that be a gang, whether that be illegal activity, whether that be drugs, alcohol, this or that, now that lack is filled by something that is not going to sustain you, right? And it's not actually truly love. And it's not actually what you were truly searching for, but just a cover-up, right? And so we want to make sure that we know where we lack so we cannot be easily fooled when we get into these situations or around certain people, and we can take care of ourselves and our own needs and not have to join a gang for love or do drugs for love or drink alcohol for love, right? So let's see what he has to say about what that provided for him and how that was everything that he needed when he joined that gang.
I got brothers.
These are your male figures.
There you go. And they ain't number 2-3 years older than me.
Yes, sir.
It's like the nigga in the 9th grade looking up to the senior. It's like the nigga in the 8th grade looking up to the 11th grader. He like a big homie. He like daddy. It's like a nigga in the 6th grade looking up to the nigga just got in college. He's still a kid too. But the 6th grade nigga don't know this.
Correct.
These the big homies now, nigga. These the daddies. These the uncles. And nigga, I fit right in, and I became the little homie everybody loved. And I worked my way up the rankings, showing out for them niggas. I just want to be accepted, nigga, so I'm gonna do what these niggas won't do. I'm the little nigga all the big homies love. So yeah, nigga, so
As you can see, he just wanted to be accepted. All he wanted was to be accepted by this group of people who were portraying those father figures that he so desperately needed throughout his childhood while his mother was away. And you can see where that led him, right? But now he has this awareness and he's able to provide that for people in his community, which is why at first, when I first saw Charleston White on the internet, like I'm sure you have seen some of the things that he is doing, I didn't realize his approach to connecting with people and his approach to getting his message across and helping his community. Now I see that his approach is to get your attention with his words, but then to follow it up with the actions that actually help his community. So, right, he's just saying all these things to get your attention, and then this is getting him the notoriety and the money that he needs and the fame that he needs and the attention that he needs to go back into his community and actually make change. And so what I want you guys to take from this video, if you take nothing else, get to the root of your issues, know where you are lacking from, so you are not controlled by that, and then others in your environment cannot control you from that area. So when you go out and you do this work for yourself, you can now know that you lack that connection. So you don't put yourself in that environment while you are still healing to get that connection from places that don't actually fulfill it, and just put things that are going to make you worse or put you in a worse position, or lead you in a life of crime, or lead you in a life of drugs and this and that. So be very careful as you are healing and throughout this process, and also remember that this community is here for you. I am here for you as you grow and heal on your journey, and I want you guys to know that there are people in this community that you can not only look up to and that have done what you are looking to do, but also they are here for you to guide you and to show you what they did to heal, and allow you to see that you can do the same for yourself. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next reaction.